26. Callahan. This isn't how I saw today going. A rescue mission is not a wise idea. In fact, it's flat out fucking foolish. But there's a person up there who needs help. It doesn't matter that it's Scotty, though the fact that it is gives me one more reason to be pissed at her. I can't believe she'd be so foolhardy. She's a smart woman, smarter than this. It's a 6-mile mark. I stop to rest. Digging my crampons out of my bag, I slip them over my hiking boots and pull ski goggles over my eyes to keep the windburn at bay. After zipping my bag, I chug some water and keep going. I'm used to pushing my body to the absolute limit during fire season, but this storm is turning ugly. At a certain point, my self-preservation will kick in, and I'll need to make the decision to turn around. I've done several alpine climbs over the United States. I love traversing over the spine of a mountain and making the link up to the next peak. But this storm is making conditions brutal. How have I not run into her yet? What if I never do? She could have lost the trail somewhere along the way, and we could be 10 miles away from each other. Is she taking shelter? I think back to earlier, and she didn't appear to have gear for an overnight trip. This route is set up for day hikes, out and back. She should be back. I check my watch. It will be dark in a few hours. I'm running on pure adrenaline, which has allowed me to move at a pretty good clip. I'll give her one more hour, then Phil have to turn around. I tuck my water into my bag and keep going. I've got to cover as much ground as I can before dark, or I won't have a chance. Whatever is keeping her up on this mountain can't be good. With each minute that passes, the likelihood of her being injured goes up, and the odds of me finding her dwindle. I shout her name into the wind and scan the landscape for any sign of her. She had only a sweater on earlier. She could be dead from exposure alone if she didn't have an outer layer. Why wouldn't she turn around when the weather got bad? The Scotty I know wouldn't be so hell-bent on a summit that shed risk exposure, but there are a lot of things about Scotty that I had wrong. Toward the summit, scrambling is required in one of the sections with scree. It's easy enough for hikers with experience, but the ground is less stable. Mountaintops are subject to extreme temperatures and erosion year-round. The fractured ground is loose and more dangerous than it is at lower elevations. Hikers, or even a strong gust, can trigger rockfall, depending on the conditions. Why this woman? The only person I hate more than her right now is myself. I never should have slept with her, and now I'm risking my life for someone who lied. The ache in my knee has me wishing I'd wrapped it before attempting a second climb. Clearing a copse of trees reveals the boulder field and switchbacks ahead. I cup my hands over my mouth and yell, "Scotty!" I scan the open switchbacks and detect an out-of-place section. There's a rock formation that looks odd from this angle. What the hell is that? It's almost like an optical illusion of a small overhang, but it's too high up to see. Once I get through the boulder field, the switchbacks begin. Each spans approximately 200 to 300 feet, and I resist scaling straight up the side. My knees can't take it. After the second switchback, I'm given a vantage point of the landscape I've already hiked through. I squint through my goggles, looking for any sign of movement off the paths. Nothing. She and I are the only ones out here, but we might as well be on opposite ends of the earth. Glancing up, I furrow my brow and wrench off my goggles to see if it helps me gain perspective, but with the bright snow swirling around and sticking to everything, it provides no further insight. Probably my eyes playing tricks on me, but any sudden change in landscape is bad. Another switchback down and I notice a large rock in the middle of the path that's at least as high as my knees. I wouldn't have missed that earlier. My heart pounds in my chest, urging me to pick up the pace. Another rock, then another, and another. The higher I climb, the more peppered the area is with debris of varying sizes. I purge the image of her lifeless form from my thoughts as quickly as it appears. I can't handle another dead body. Injuries. She must be injured. We won't be able to get back down in time if she's wounded. My hand finds my pocket, and I run my fingers through my keyring. That might be my only option. As I round the bend, I crane my neck to look ahead, and almost freeze in my tracks when I see one of the biggest boulder blockages I've ever witnessed. The dread of seeing that boulder is nothing compared to the fear that strikes me when my gaze lands on a backpack. Scotty's backpack. As I get closer, my stomach lurches. The thought of her being crushed under that giant pile has me bending over and nearly throwing up. Why would her backpack be off? I oak out from the ledge and cup my hands. Shout her name as loud as I can, trudging over to her bag. Fuck, 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 fuck. I'm panting when I hear a faint noise. It's so hard to hear over the wind. It could have been my imagination. Maybe it was nothing. I scream her name again, and this time I hear it. Eyes weak, but it's there. Help, my eyes gape. Where? Scotty keep yelling. She says she's underneath, but she can't be trapped under the boulder, or she wouldn't be alive. Even a much smaller rock could have killed her instantly. There's a small pile of rubble, so I begin pulling away the loose bits of dirt and stone. Here, she shouts. I drop my cheek down, prying my goggles off and squinting inside the opening. It's dark, but there's some daylight showing through. Scotty, yes, she sobs. I tried to squeeze under. I stumble back at the sound of her voice, my relief soaring. I swallow and drop to her level. How do I get to you? I don't know, she chokes out. I'm stuck. Tried to squeeze through. Her words shake like she's being racked with shivers. Even her chattering teeth can be heard over the air whistling through the narrow opening. She's been here a while. It's a miracle she's still. I'm gonna get you out, baby. Just stay calm. 27. Callahan. I force myself to push aside the impending panic attack and focus on the task at hand. Time to problem solve. The barricade is at least 12 feet tall. Some areas are closer to 14. Thankfully, I've been rock climbing and soloing since I was a kid, which allows me to spot a few handholds, but this is not a secure rock wall. Any of these could slide, taking me with it or crushing Scotty below. First, I pick up her backpack by one of the straps and launch it over the heap. Almost positive it cleared the other side. I'll find out in a minute because I've got to climb over this thing to get to her. Pulling off my gloves, I stuff them in my bag, along with the key ring in my pocket. My fists clench as I plan my route across. The wind isn't doing me any favors, and in addition to being fucking freezing, it's whipping up loose dirt in my face, so I'm grateful for the ski goggles. When I feel confident enough in the path I've chosen, I jump to seize my first handhold, instantly slip, and hit the ground, stumbling backward a few steps. I try again, and on my second attempt, gain leverage. My knuckles bloom white as I hang from the ledge and stretch with my free hand to the next target. The rock is large, but could be loose, so I'll have to act quickly. I go for it, but the boulder shifts, and my fingers miss. I shoot an arm out to an opening above, and thankfully it's got a good chunk of grit that provides me with better purchase. Glimpsing down, I place a foot on a small lip on another boulder. Just as the rock next to it gives out, I freeze, waiting for the next movement. This is easily the dumbest fucking thing I've ever done. A crevice in one of the rocks allows me to clasp it with my left hand. My fingers tremble as I move to the next mark, and the one after that. As I traverse across the pile, there's noticeably more gravel on this end. A little gravel is fine, but a lot can reduce friction. My heart races. If I can get to the footing on my left, I'll be able to get a better view of the other side. This fucker better not even think about rolling on me. I transfer one hand, falter, then throw an arm up and grab onto a sharp lip of the boulder that cuts into my fingers. I roar through gritted teeth, pulling myself up. There's no choice but to grip it harder, bringing with it a pulsing pain. My foot finds a divot and pushes off while I reach for a different section. I feel around for anything, and finally brush against something to hold on to. Then I wrap my hand around it, let go of the razor edge of the rock, and grunt as I haul my body over the top. Hell yeah, I huff, wiping my palm on my pants and smearing blood across them. I creep closer to the inner wall, wanting to distance myself from any rocks with the potential to slip or cause a collapse. My body shakes as I cling to the slab and use my right arm to brace against the mountain wall, while I plan my next move. The top of the boulder pile comes to a point, and I straddle it, swinging my other leg over an angled rock that slopes away from the mountain and towards certain death. I will not lose my fucking footing, I mutter. Inching across laterally allows me to make it to the other side safely. However, I'm not exactly thrilled with what I find. There's a drop-off, a big one. The slab of rock I'm on overhangs the ground below. Something shifts below me, and the slab tilts even steeper. I'm suddenly acutely aware of what a precarious spot I'm in. I need to move now. I've got no choice but to drop off the side. There are no more options, not from here, and with the amount of scree below, it's only a matter of time before these giants start to act like marbles. Not to mention, Scotty is underneath this mess. Cursing the wind, I roll onto my belly and ease my legs over the side. My biceps and forearms are shaky as I battle for muscle control. I peek over my shoulder, and the drop doesn't seem so bad. I'm 6 feet tall, but my vertical reach is about 8 feet, which means my drop is probably only around 4 feet once I'm suspended off the end. Lower my torso over the side. I just need to dangle over the edge, extend my arms to bring myself as close to the earth below as I can, and then let go. Except this fucking slab veers again, so I shove off as hard as I can, turning my 4-foot drop into something closer to 7. I fall into a patch of scree and shuffle back as the slab slides off the massive boulder and over the mountain ledge. The crack of it colliding with the rocky landscape echoes from below. Holy shit. I tumble back but miraculously find traction underfoot. I feel nothing as adrenaline hammers through me. Scotty. She's in what appears to be an empty shaft between the boulders and the mountainside. Peering behind an almost 3-foot-tall rock, my eyes catch on one of her hiking boots. I wrap a hand around the heel and shake it. Hey, I'm with you. Cal. Her sob is full of renewed hope. She's a first responder, so the idea of death must have been in her thoughts for a good amount of time, and that's bound to fuck up anyone's psyche. If I hadn't gotten here when I did, she probably would have been right. Are you hurt? I'm cold. Her teeth chatter, and the words are stuttered. That could be from the cold, or a concussion. Really cold, she repeats. As soon as I get you out, we'll get you warmed up. Just sit tight. She sounds sleepy. Don't go to sleep. Just keep talking to me. What hurts? Carefully, I roll a few rocks out of the way. Headache. Don't feel much. Fuck, if she doesn't feel pain, she might feel nothing. Do you feel your legs? Did before? Keep your eyes open. Hear me. How did she even get in here? You with me? She squeaks. Moving into position, I grip her ankles. I'm gonna yell if you need me to stop. The more you can wiggle yourself out, the better off you'll be. She rocks her hips as I tug, wriggling her body in jerky motions. She's fighting for it. That a girl. She shouts with a hoarse voice over the wind. What is it? Nothing. Scott, pull. She cuts me off. More, she yells. As I do, her hips twist and she jolts, releasing a small yelp. I grasp her calves and continue. Soon her knees are out, and she's able to roll to her back, scooting and wiggling side to side. Keep your head down, slow. As more of her body clears the space, I see she's bracing one arm with the other like she's injured. Her hands look like that of a corpse. What's with her shoulder? Did she dislocate it? Is that what the yelp was? When her face emerges, a smile spreads across mine but quickly falls. Holy shit. She's been out here too long, and there's a big gash on the perimeter of her hairline, but at least she's out. Her light ginger hair is a chestnut brown, matted with blood and dirt. Hands too cold. Take my arm, pull it forward, and guide it back into the socket. Grab it. I gape at her. Okay. Forward like in front of you, or forward like in the direction you're lying? Straight in front of me. Shit. Ready, she nods. I follow her instructions and she winces, then rolls to her good side and pushes off the ground to get to her feet. Her fingers are as white as the snow swirling around. I curl my arms around her waist and help her up, then put her hands together between mine and blow my hot breath on them a few times, rubbing them. Afterward, I snatch the gloves from my bag and fit them onto her stiff fingers. Her teeth chatter again, and I wrap my arms around her body. Let's move. I want to put as much distance as I can between this pile of rock and us. She has a limp, so I glance down. Can you walk? Just cold? Need to see cheer late. I furrow my brow. Huh? Need a walk, circulate. Why the hell were you out here with a storm? What the fuck? She glares at me, her eyes cussing me out more than her words ever could. It's the first spark of fire I've seen in her. Good, she will need that feistiness for the trek we have ahead of us. Gimme my pack. First aid. Hand warmers. I'm getting better at translating her garbled words. Drop to my knees and rifle through her backpack until I find them, then tear open the plastic wrap and shake up the pouches. There are 4, but only 3 heat up. She leans against the mountainside while I unlace her boots and shove 2 of the working ones deep inside near her toes, then tie her laces back up again. How are we gonna get down? She asks, bewildered. I chuckle, zip up her backpack, and slip out the water bottle, making her drink while I find another pouch in my bag to replace the dead one. She takes it from me, then stuffs her water in her bag and attempts to hoist it on her back. She grimaces as she slides it over her recently dislocated shoulder. I try to take it from her, and she yanks it back, glaring. Scotty, give me your bag. You can't carry that with your injury. I've got it. I shake my head at her stubbornness. I'm not going to bicker with her. We're not going down. Yes, we are. I'm not dying up here. She stumbles to the side and catches herself with her good arm on the mountainside. She's barely steady on her feet. I don't have gear to get you over this wall, and you're in no condition to do it yourself. I shout over the wind. And I'm not climbing that fucking thing again. We've both tempted fate enough as it is. We need every bit of luck we have left to get us to the top. Gotta be another way down. Her gaze scans the surroundings. You know the mountain. Find another way. I rip off the goggles from around my neck and place them over her red eyes, and tighten the strap behind her head. Tonight, we need to seek shelter. Scotty, we have to go higher. We're past getting off the mountain. There's a tower at the top we can stay in until the storm blows over. Where? She sobs. There's nowhere. If we go higher, we'll freeze. I shake my head, getting frustrated with her. We don't have time to argue. Like she said, I know this mountainside better. So if we're going to survive, I need her to follow my lead. She's starting to panic, and if she doesn't fall in line now, it'll cost both our lives. Even if the path wasn't blocked, we're 8 miles from the parking lot, but the trail is gone. We can either go higher and find a new route down, which will be more than 8 miles, or we can go to the summit and take shelter at the fire tower. The wind will blow us off the mountain. The storm coming in is big. It's our only shot. What's the rule of threes, I ask. No. She frowns, and tears swell in her eyes, fogging up the goggles. I loosen them to clear the condensation. I don't know how else to make her understand the severity of this situation. What is it? I demand. 3 weeks without food. 3 days without water. 3 hours without shelter in extreme cold. She's still not speaking properly. Exactly. I put an arm under her. Now move. She trudges with me. I don't know how long I've been out here. I was on unconscious. I finish for her. Then move faster. She's unstable with stiff legs and struggling to keep up, so I tuck an arm around her and haul her with me. What if I can't do it? You're going to do it. Because I'm going to make you, I growl. You did not bring my ass up this mountain just to die. There's not a ton of daylight left, so pick up your pace, Scotty. I mean it, you're a dick. If she's too scared to fight the mountain, I'll force her to fight me instead. Whatever it takes to give her the gumption to keep one foot in front of the other. Be an asshole all the way to the top. If it keeps her moving, stop talking and walk, I snap. I hate being this callous with her, but I need her to survive. Anger seems to be her only motivation. I promise to apologize and make it up to her later. Surprisingly, she does what I ask, and we make it around to the last switchback. This one is only about 150 feet long. As soon as we reach the top, there'll be a false summit, where we can get into the cover of trees, which will hopefully block out some of the wind. Hopefully. From there we've got a mile hike to the tower. Uphill,